Good afternoon. How are you today? I spent a lot of the day writing. I have to file papers over in Montana, so it kept me busy. I've still managed to audit what's going on in the world, and it seems like things haven't changed a lot. Uh, I am glad for Biden. I mean that in every respect, including my criticisms, because I think he addresses this in probably a more moderate way than I would, and a lot of other people. But I think he's an honest man, and I think he's trying real hard. My first concern, however, is that he not monkey around with the discovery to the Congress, and that he only extend what brief and permissible opportunities he absolutely by statute must to the former indwelling monster who used to occupy the West Wing. I also hope that when the Congress gets it, it's going to do something with it, including releasing it. Them poring over it and protecting us from what they find is just not sufficient. On the legislative side, what I've gleaned in the moments that I can follow it is, of course, today, Monday, we have not nailed down the infrastructure bill. And we have additional objections by our West Virginia Senator Manchin. And he's given interviews and said things like, I don't think people should think this is a reward, these funds. These people really don't have humanity. None, including Manchin. And why they handle this guy with kid gloves, I know. It's always the terror and the fear. But what are we doing better by pretending that he's a Democrat when he's not? That he is part of our caucus and we can talk to him when we can't. He sits there and he holds his breath just like the Republicans dealt with Booker. And, he says, I don't know, the values here. Also, I'm a little concerned about this environmental piece. And I think that you want to spend too much money on the people when I'd rather that you let the rich keep it and reduce taxes. And I haven't said this yet, and he will. I really don't like this tax package. So they've kicked the can down the road, and they're going to settle that by Thursday. Also, this week, we're going to have to try to find a way to keep the government open and to increase the debt limit so that we don't default on our loans and all our obligations. I have some doubts that's going to happen, and that would be spectacular because we've always managed to ride right to the brink and then figure out something. But I'm not sure we're going to do it this time. And then we need a continuing resolution so the government continues to work. So, we're going to hell in a handbasket, and nobody stands up in the middle of this craziness, this mishigas, and says, hey, we're really messed up here. We better get our act together. Remember those old movies as we were kids, or some of us were kids when they played these movies, let's put on a show. Well, somebody should tell these guys, let's put on a show, and let's try to make the lines truthful when we do it. Now, on a different subject, I saw something in the paper about how those people who are remotely commuting to work have been forced to agree to certain conditions. And this was a lawyer who had agreed to this condition, and the condition was that her computer would track her, and it has to be able to see her continuously. And if it can't see her continuously, I don't know, she gets a demerit or she gets electrified. Well, anyhow, she's decided she can't do that and she's quitting. But, the way we work, and I work pretty faithfully when I'm working on papers and so forth, and a lot of it is in front of a hot word processor. But, I have tablets and things, and I use them for research, and I can walk around with them so I'm not stuck in a chair. If I get on a phone, I may walk around while I'm doing that. And you do take breaks to think about things sometimes, or just to, have lunch or something. So I think these people are basically saying, we don't trust our people who are at home to actually work. Great. So we don't trust our workers. We don't trust our voters. We think that when we give them stuff so that they have a house to live in, meals to eat, school for their children, fire engines to put out their fires, we're giving them rewards. This guy Manchin should be retired, and yesterday. And I know I have friends who think highly of him, but politically, no. Also, I'm not upset because I was never invited on his boat, which he parks in D.C. But I was on the presidential yacht, the Sequoia, quite a bit years ago. So that's the end of my random observations. I hope tomorrow will be better, and I will hear more, which may make me more annoyed, but so be it. So nice talking to you. Have a good day. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.